Hello, my name is William Edward Lashley the fourth. I'm originally from Zebulon, North Carolina, and my major or my degree is in agriculture and environmental science. Concentration is in sustainable agriculture and environmental science. So, to basically kind of summarize what my research looks like, so we wanted to not only evaluate the growth and yield of ginger, but we wanted to understand how these different environments or different environmental settings affect the overall performance. So just a little bit of background. Ginger is a subtropical plant that normally needs a warm, humid, and a long season of like that tropical weather. And here in North Carolina, we don't get that unless we incorporate what we call season extension techniques. For example, high tunnels and greenhouses. That allows us to produce the ginger and get the entirety of, or the longevity of the season of that particular environment. So with my particular research, we looked at growing ginger in a greenhouse, which is the most or the best system to produce ginger in because it's a fully enclosed system. We control the air, temperature, humidity. So that's the best way to grow ginger. But we also, in my research, grew it in a high tunnel as well as a natural wooded area. And then we wanted to compare the natural or artificial shade or natural shade, compare it to the artificial shade, which led us to the color shade study. So through some preliminary research, we found out that yes, ginger is shade loving, but we wanted to take that a step further. So we're using artificial shade nets. For example, we're using different colors and percentages of shades to see how that affects overall growth and yield. So in my particular research in regards to how we set it up for the color shade, we used just about 8 different colors from red, blue, white, green, yellow, black, illuminate, and I believe there's one more color I can't think of on the top of my head. But not only were we looking at different colors, we're looking at different shade percentages. So we had percentages as low as 30 all the way up to 70%. So looking at how the different combinations of percentages and colors and how that affects more so the physiology and the growth and yield. But with this research, we were able to find that ginger, yes, grows well or grows best in high tunnel greenhouse, but the physiology is also affected in this color shade system. And we also found out that also growing in a natural wooded area as using whatever resources, for example, a farmer has, using natural shade to see how it affects the overall growth, yield, and physiology. And we found out that the yield amounts are low in the wooded area. However, the bioactive compounds, those are the compounds that contribute to the health promoting parameters of ginger, they're increased in the natural shade because it's being stressed not receiving enough light, so therefore that's boosting all the bioactive compounds, all the good stuff or all the stuff that's good for our body. With the greenhouse and hot tunnel research, we found out that certain cultivars perform better than others. So we had my research was very robust and very large, so we had about 8 to 10 different cultivars we were testing. Not only were we testing different cultivars, we were also looking at different generations of ginger. For example, looking at how the first generation straight from the lab, how it's different from reoccurring generations, all the way up to the 6th generation. And real quick, let me mention that also a big thing I noticed change in our research is that we went from conventional means of producing ginger by seed propagation to 100% tissue culture, because we found out that we were able to answer some of the main problems with ginger production that the U.S. is facing. Is that one, it's not able to get a lot of ginger, and then 2, the ginger that we do get, it's not 100% healthy. So through tissue culture or micropropagation, we're able to mass produce an indefinite amount of ginger, which is good, and that a high amount of ginger is also disease free. So we were able to answer 2 big problems with ginger. So therefore, as I mentioned, we looked at generations. So between the earlier and the later generations, the earlier generations were known to put on a lot of quick and rapid growth. So that'd be good for people who were interested in maybe starting ginger seedlings and maybe producing or distributing them. With the later generations, we found out that they give higher yield. So if you're looking to produce ginger, bring back more money to your pocket, ginger is a niche market, niche crop, and in niche markets we've seen 1 pound of ginger sell anywhere from $25 to $30 a pound. So if you want to increase your yield, we look at later generations. And then real quick with the color shade research in regards to all the different colors and shade percentages, we found out that the lighter colors, for example, white, illuminant, and yellow, gave higher yields, and that the lower shade percentages, anything lower than 50, so anywhere from 30 to 50, also gave higher yields. The darker colors and heavier shade percentages gave healthier looking plants, but the yields were decreased. A lot of people doing research on ginger, so I seen that one as an opportunity for me to put my foot in the door and leave my footprint. So with my research, I'm able to actually advance the production of ginger. There is hardly, or I'm not gonna say hardly, there's not much ginger production going on here in the U.S. and specifically in North Carolina. So with my research, we develop a protocol where I can tell farmers how to produce in the different environmental settings, high tonal greenhouse. So I'm able to basically bridge the gap. I'm hoping down in the future, I can see a farmer adopting my protocol, and the purpose of us doing this is so that they don't have to ask the questions, how do we do this, what cultivars, what color shade. I can just give them my protocol, say, hey, these cultivars under this color shade or in this specific environment, hot tonal greenhouse, whether you're looking for yield or you're looking for the value added part of ginger, this is what you need to do. So I'm hoping one day I can see, through future publications and stuff like that, my research being adopted, not only here in North Carolina, but all throughout the country, or even the world, if it allows. I was actually encouraged by a close mentor of mine, Dr. Alston. He encouraged me to apply to the Title III Chancellor's Fellowship. He felt that I was a good candidate and that I could, do my work and get the job. Man, Title III has helped in so many ways. I mean, I have a long list, but I'm gonna try to name a couple things. So, not only did they give me the financial support, I've got support all the way around, all four corners of the box. So, for example, when I started my program, we didn't have a lot of equipment, and through Title III, we were able to purchase a lot of equipment that we needed, not only for my research, but for the people after me. So, we were able to get a lot of like light core equipment, so I can analyze, the photosynthesis, analyze a lot of these parameters that I was looking to investigate. So Title III helped not only provide me with those type of resources, but also helped me in my academic career by hosting like a lot of workshops, a lot of professional development. So just being able to participate in those whenever I could, that helped. More specifically, I really enjoyed like a lot of the dissertation specific workshops, especially in the beginning of my process, just trying to figure out how to write, figure out how you fit in the process, and understand the research. Going to a lot of those workshops kind of helped me understand that, and I'm thankful, for Title III supporting me. Also, allowing me or giving me the support to travel. I think I went to 2 conferences supported by Title III, ARD and as well as ASHS, both where I presented my ginger work at poster competitions. So they've been around, a big support. They've given me tools and resources like a laptop bag. I mean, anything I could think of, they've provided for me. Me specifically, I'm gonna name out a couple of pieces of equipment. So, laptop, they've gotten me 3 pieces of light equipment, a LI 600 that allows me to measure the gas exchange rates in leaves, as well as understanding how light and physiology is affecting the plant. So the LI 600, they also helped me get the LI 180 that helps me understand what type of light or light spectrum, so light quality and quantity that our plants are getting. They helped us get the Odyssey, I forget the number, but it's like a $75,000 machine where it helps us analyze things at the cell level. They helped me get 2 nice sheds. So the size of my research, and a lot of people don't understand, the scope of my research is very large. So having all having to centralize all the equipment and tools and everything I needed for my ginger research before Title III we were keeping things everywhere on the farm, and that kind of introduced some problems because, I store it here and then people will move it over time. So I had asked Title III, is there any way, I can have some type of storage for all my materials for my research? And they say yes. Not only did they get me one shed, they got me two. I think they were 12 by 20 foot sheds. So I was able to successfully store all my equipment. Like, you got to think about it. I had things like tubs, buckets, shovels, broad forks, lots of equipment I just mentioned, like color shades, the fabric. So Title III has helped me with a lot of things, and I'm very appreciative. They helped develop me from a student to an aspiring professional and scientist in my fields. I'm very thankful and appreciative. Background in high school, I have an engineering background, and coming to A&T, I thought I wanted to go down the engineering track. But after, I believe, my sophomore year, so I came to A&T as an undeclared major. When I came my sophomore year, I took one class in the College of Ag under Dr. Yang. I think it was Intro to Horticulture. And just through that class, I guess I was a good enough student that Dr. Young, he invited me to work on his research that summer. And then after that initial summer, he offered me a full ride scholarship. And then from there it was history. I joined Dr. Young's team and I was fully roped into agriculture. So about 2015, that's when my journey started. Or I like to call it, my grandma gave him this name, my Greensboro dad, Dr. Young. He has provided me with a lot of support, a lot of encouragement. He's pushed me. There's a lot of times where I didn't think I was gonna make it, and he stood with me through the thick and the thin, I like to call it. So having a great academic advisor, the team I work with, we call it Team Ginger. That's full of undergrads, graduate students, a lab technician, and a couple of extension people. Just having that network of folks that help me to produce the results that my research has, or produce anything from my research. I wouldn't be able to do my research if it wasn't for Team Ginger or that support team around me. So I thank them as well. And then just being here at North Carolina A&T, it's just something about this university, something about this campus. It feels like home. I love my type of research because I'm able to not only work in the lab, work in the classroom, but I also have access to the farm and other things. And that, I feel like it's been a very unique process. And then I guess Title III would be like the cherry on top. I feel like the final piece I was missing. So those are kind of my reasons why I stuck around. I love A&T, Aggie Pride. In the future, initially I did see myself going into the industry and then potentially going into the government, but that's kind of changed these past couple of years, especially these past couple months, weeks. So right now, I see myself, I believe, coming back to academia. I'm so research and development oriented that I can see myself still potentially doing research and development or taking some type of leadership role at a university. So I still think I'll apply. I'm happy I was able to be the inaugural student, for Title III, and hopefully there will be many more after me, but just don't be afraid, apply. Ag is where it's at. People don't understand without our degrees, without our majors, people wouldn't, have food, people don't know how to eat. So I hope people after me will take advantage of this opportunity. Don't be afraid. Title III has pushed me, to get out my comfort zone. So don't be afraid to step out your comfort zone and tackle something new. And it feels good to, be one of the higher quality students. And I love to see more people, especially in the College of Ag, join this train.